Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to GrowedUpGeek Gaming, your home for narrative and roleplay focused Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition live play campaigns. It is Tuesday night, which means we are here for Season 2 of our long-term political intrigue campaign set in Eberron, Tranquility's Betrayal. Episode 10 tonight as we cruise towards our big season finale, which will come with a bunch of announcements for some very big things we've got coming up on the show here that we are super excited about, but we're not quite ready for them yet. Let's go ahead and finish up this amazing season, and then we will jump to it. All right, so before we get to tonight's episode, we will do a quick intro, recap, and then jump right in. Like I said, we're really getting to the season finale here, and getting kind of excited, and I want to really get into everything. I will start. I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social media, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. If you like what we do here, give us a follow, subscribe, like, high five, fist bump, whatever it is to show your support. We are live here on Twitch Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for our campaigns Eberron, Tranquility's Betrayal, and on Wednesday nights our high-level limited campaign Dynasty of Dragons. Also coming very soon, Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, our all-new quasi-evil campaign, Legacy of Blood, a Drow family tale. That's going to be premiering September 9th, 10 p.m., so look out for that. We are super excited. Enough about that. Let us meet our amazing cast for this show. Let's see. Everybody had kind of a big week last week. Oops. Two people aren't in the right boxes. There we go. Everybody's in the right box now. All right. Let us start with our man of mystery, our polished up skeleton, looking especially bone white today. Tenta, tell us about Masawa.
Masawa is an undead warlock that is a hexblade, and he has been killed before. This is his second iteration, and in this iteration, his patron is not quite so disgusting and horrible. So it's better for the people at large that Masawa has been dropped and reborn.
An upgrade. I like it.
Even though it did blow up a lot of stuff.
Sure. You have been, not you particularly, but the party has been in the presence of the seeming, like, kind of anti-cultist cult, if that's a kind of thing. They seem to be a cult of themselves, but against any religion and calling it a cult. Seen them a couple of times now. Any thoughts about them?
Masawa doesn't know if they're aligned or not, because Masawa kind of does have a bent against gods himself, but also he is definitely no one without his. So it's a fine balance between rebellion and acceptance, and he's not really sure on which side he wants to be cemented on. And he's pretty sure that they'll just chop him in half at this point because they're pretty crazy. At least that's what Masawa has deduced.
Determined crazy, yeah. Potato. All right, fabulous. Let us slide down to our gnomish wizard, who's got big plans for tonight. He let them be known in the Discord earlier today. Landon, tell us about Kai.
So, Kai is a gnome, a very special gnome, one that will rule the world. I'm just kidding.
What are we gonna do today, Kai? The same thing we do every day.
Yep. So I have had, since we last leveled up, I gained a new ability. I haven't used it because Kai's like a wizard, and so I was gonna wait till we have a little bit of downtime. Since we sort of did, we had a little bit of time to rest. I'm going to start using it tonight, which might mean you get to see a cool way that I get to sling some spells, especially to do with the necrotic fireball one.
Man, you guys
Fingers crossed.
You guys are just hell bent thinking we're gonna get combat today, but okay, all right. I mean,
I don't know that
look,
we
man,
will.
just manage expectations. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just prepared, even if it's like some person who just seems suspicious. Like they don't need evidence that they're bad. Like if I'm afraid that they would attack us, so
on the defensive, got it.
It's like the witch burnings. If they die, they weren't witches.
Yeah.
But if they survive, we killed a witch.
Sorry about that.
A witch.
Yeah. I was like, the drowning one was weird. If she drowns, then she wasn't a witch. Sorry about that. If she floated, she might swim, which means she's a witch. Burn her! Burn the witch!
Exactly.
Churches, small rocks. All right.
That's it.
Last and not least, our kind of busy social bee of Sharn, our largest party member, our most persuasive, whether that be due to her size or her compelling arguments as it relates to the Church of the Silver Flame. Nick, tell us about Flametongue.
Well, Flametongue is a paladin, devotion paladin for the Church of the Silver Flame. I'd like to think that it's not her imposing physical form. It's the silver-tongued Silver Flame disciple. But yeah, probably not, though. It's probably just because she's gigantic and kind of good at representing her faith. But yeah, we opened the studio back up, y'all.
Got you some left-handed golf clubs and took a picture holding a clown holding these balloons.
Yeah, the Silver Flame only drinks the finest of breast milks.
Flametongue, and Flametongue, because she spits hot fire.
Yeah, so we're back. Whether that be a good thing or a bad thing, who knows? Maybe they're going to try to stop us. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. All right, so that is our amazing cast. My world is better for having them all in it. I love this game. And so let us get on with our presentation tonight. So last week, the party, after fighting their way through what is known as the Creation Forge, a place where Warforged are created against the internationally recognized Treaty of Thronehold, essentially a declaration of war on whose behalf and towards whom, still undetermined. After fighting their way through the Creation Forge and up to a kind of shipping area within the factory, after fighting their way through the attendants and the engineers, the party decided before splitting that they were going to send an explosive warforge through one of the kind of Futurama shipping tubes that were in this room. They, to their knowledge, armed it as best they could, put it in the tube, sent it off, waited a few minutes, and nothing happened. Hold that thought. We'll come back to it. After meeting up with their Sky Captain friend, they were recommended a nice little tavern and special accommodations inn, in which Flametongue successfully recruited 2 more ladies to the Church of the Silver Flame and saved them from making poor decisions in men. The party, after asking for the special tour, was shown a hidden game room behind the fireplace of the tavern, in which sat a collection of gnomes that Kai had a decent back and forth conversation with. Yeah, you're asking a few little things while they played cards. And in the meantime, Flametongue, ever the vigilant missionary of the Church of the Silver Flame, attempted to potentially sway the twin princes towards the church, easily dispelled away. But while the party is in this back room, they hear the twins asking somewhat pertinent questions like, I wonder if they'll let us move back into our rooms, and saying such somewhat inflammatory things such as, fuck the king. After a night upstairs, the party went to... having found an address in the shipping place, they traveled to that address and found that it was actually House Cannith, yeah? Was the address?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
an empty area.
Yes. Okay. The address that some of these explosive-laden Warforged turned out to be the headquarters, home base of the actual dragon-marked House Cannith. They also landed in the square and found that Lyrander Tower, the tower associated with airship travel, has been shut down for security, and that the king's arrival would be the next day. They made their way towards a rowdy bunch of Church of the Silver Flame congregate members protesting the temple in town being shut down by what the Thrains and the church had recognized as Braylon becoming an increasingly hostile nation, and did not want to jeopardize their practitioners or their worshippers, and as such was granting everybody free passage to relocate to Thrain so that they may practice freely and safely. Flametongue, being the ever persuasive giant paladin that she is. What, you shouted dude down, yeah? Kind of made him look like a punk, offered to
Called him a coward.
Yeah.
And offered to just reopen the church and teach the people how to defend themselves. And that wasn't what he was going for.
Flametongue, not taking no for an answer, produced a symbol of the church, the eternal flame, that she's had since season 1. Good on you. And without the bishop's okay, ordered the church reopened, at which point they were attacked by the cult hunters, calling the Church of the Silver Flame, like all religions, a heresy. They were put down quickly to the large ovation of the crowd, in which Flametongue entrusted his first convert. Duncan was your first, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. His first convert, Duncan, to heading up the temple. And after that happy ending, we kind of, that's where we ended it. So we will pick it back up with episode 10, titled The Dragon Towers. So you find yourself in the Dragon Towers district in this water garden of the Church of the Silver Flame. Let's go ahead and, where's all my monitors? They're all over the place. You've just put down the cult hunters. And what would you all like to do? Let's start with Flametongue. Big crowd rejoicing. They're kind of like filing out. It almost seems like everybody in this crowd is on their way to the temple as part of this group, that they have committed themselves to like this endeavor.
I'll give, last week, so I gave Duncan the flame, the eternal flame,
Okay.
to light fire at the temple. I guess so. The priest stormed off.
Yeah,
right?
you embarrassed the hell out of him, so he dipped.
Later. Is there anything on the cult hunters' bodies?
One of them has 7 gold pieces.
Wow.
And a bag of dead insects.
Maybe Masawa will like those. I'll give the bag of insects to Masawa. Here you go. Seems like might be right up your alley.
Just takes it and looks at it all. Sticks it in his shirt.
The other one has 7 gold pieces, a block of soap, a pouch of mysterious green powder, and a bag of several dried mushrooms.
It's matcha powder.
I'll give Kai the bag of mushrooms and the bag of mysterious green powder.
Yeah, Kai wants to see if he can discern what it is.
Have some wizarding there.
It's outside of my realm.
Any kind of things from Kai's background that would help you identify a strange powder?
He studied at a formal university, learning wizardry, which might help because
Yeah, you
all
have
the arm.
green powder studies as a first year wizarding.
Well, you know,
Bro, it's
like,
clearly a 100 level class.
well, it just, a lot of that magical stuff is like arcana. So
Give me an
necessarily.
give me an investigation check, and we'll see what you come up with. And how are you going to investigate it? You going to smell it? You going to taste it?
He'd probably smell it, then taste it if he thought it's a 17 on the investigation.
Okay. It's going to smell like burning, like just that really like super like astringent smell. It's going to burn your nose. I am going to take away your agency here for a second, but I'm going to assume with your intelligence, that is going to be enough to know to not eat it.
Yeah. Well, once you said burning, that's the main reason I said smell it first,
Right.
And taste. Cause,
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Ooh, man! I can't wait to get some of this. It's spicy. What is this, wasabi? Fuck yeah! It is not wasabi.
would this be like a big? Would it be like a mixture for like alchemist fire or something?
Would you know?
It's
Like I
gonna
said, I don't know exactly how much a wizard, because you go to college, you study chemistry or whatever. I don't know exactly what wizards in Zalargo
I went to
study.
college. My powder recognition is going to be like limited to like 3 things. It definitely seems like something used for, I don't know, like the creation of a potion, like an alchemist reagent, I think is probably the best way.
I'll just say Kai recognizes it from college, but doesn't remember its uses or components.
Yeah.
But he knows it's probably not good to ingest.
Yeah, you remember it from a lab. That smell, never forgot it. All right, awesome. Masawa, you have seen these cult hunters. This is the first time they've actually done anything. They threatened Duncan and somebody at the festival, and you saw them, or at least one of them, sitting at the brothel.
Yeah. I remember that. I thought that one was going to attack us. I'm surprised it took until this long.
I mean, my man was just having a drink. Maybe he was off the clock.
Hey, if you can turn it off at the end of the day, cheers,
Tough day of killing heretics. I'm going to go get a beer.
I'm going to walk over to the cults, one of the bodies, and get a really good look at their uniform and their mask.
Okay.
And go like and change into one of the cultists.
They are covered. There is not a bit of skin that is exposed.
Yeah.
What? One of them like evaporated, right? Didn't one of you like crack the helmet or something, tear it off?
Yeah, I hit it. When I got a crit on it, I hit it and like broke its slice in its helmet, and then it lit on fire.
Okay.
Yeah, you smoked that guy.
The metal's weird. It doesn't seem like anything like you recognize from your typical kind of experience. It doesn't seem like the kind of metal that would be made into armor or weapons. It's weirdly cold to the touch, even though you're outside and it's the southernmost part of this country where it's warm. It's cold to the touch.
Did their masks look anything like the mask helmet that Tenta was wearing that we got out of the magical cabinet?
No.
I mean, I'm still wearing that.
Yeah.
Technically, underneath my spell facade. Yeah, I try to do my best to copy the mask and the outfit and change my appearance to that.
Like I said, the crowd departs. They kind of head away. As they do so, Duncan leads them in one of the most kind of basic and rudimentary prayers of the Church of the Silver Flame. And the enthusiasm and kind of buy-in from these people is pretty spectacular, as Duncan goes from like one-time butler to apparently like clergyman, in a matter of days.
It's pretty impressive.
Slightly murderous, amoral clergy.
Potentially.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. My guy was pretty insistent on, he's gonna run a tight ship.
Yeah, you gotta be strong. These are the tough streets of Sharn.
Yeah, it's not the Church of the Silver Pillow, y'all. All right, as the crowd kind of departs, what would everybody like to do?
I'm going to see if I can't rip the mask off of one of these dead dudes.
Okay.
See what happens.
Give me a strength check.
I'd like to utilize some sort of tool to give me a leverage advantage.
You have a pry bar or something?
Let me double check my inventory. I may just have such a thing.
He has a summon Chatuli.
Yeah. Chatuli, come open this jar. Pop. That would be helpful.
Chituli just rip his head off and be like, here.
Yeah. The mask didn't come off.
Good news. The head did.
Is there any kind of open hatch at all on this thing?
It looks like it kind of hinges in the middle, and so like it hinges and kind of opens like this way, so it clasps like at the bottom at the neck, so you're gonna need to like pry it apart.
All right.
Can I assist him in doing the prying?
I have an idea. Flametongue.
Open this jar for me.
Yeah, hold this open, and I'll reach into my pocket and grab a bunch of fireworks.
Okay.
We're gonna get this helmet off, dude.
I can just pull it off.
If you can pull it off, then pull it off. If you can't, we're popping it off.
Flametongue, I imagine pretty big hands, yeah? Like like massive bear paws.
Yeah, like a big
Jack
old
hands.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics check at advantage. Like it's gonna be like me trying to open something my kid can't open.
21.
Okay.
I have an 8 strength.
So yeah, you're gonna it's gonna take a little give. It doesn't seem like these things are designed to come on and off. That once the person is in it, like they're in it. But slowly you kind of rip it apart. And as you do, like, even with all the effort that you put forth and, you know, just really kind of ripping at it, it stays cold to the touch, almost to the point where, like, your fingers are numb, like, a little bit afterwards. I mean, dog, I know you pulled stuff out of the freezer, and you know how that goes.
God, it's not nice. It's like burning.
And, like, the second you get, like, some give to it, and it starts to come apart, and, like, the flesh is exposed, the sizzling and the smoke comes out, and as you get a little more, the sizzling intensifies until eventually, like, a flame kind of erupts and turns what was inside into, like, ash. And you're just going to, like, rip it off. It's going to look, you know, like all kind of jagged and janky. It's not going right back to the way it was, but it's off.
I'll hand it to Masawa. Here you go.
Awesome.
The helmet that you wanted.
I'll look at it with slight trepidation and take it. Is there anything in the helmet?
No. And it's not even like it's not even like lined or anything like you would expect it to be for comfort. It is just the inside of this cast metal helmet.
Is there anything left of the person wearing?
Not really. You know, you ripped it off. Everything at that point that was exposed is the head. So that flamed away. The gloved hands, the booted feet, still there. Just only the parts that have been exposed to, like, the light.
Gross.
I will put the helmet in my backpack and then reach down and chop off one of the hands.
Okay.
And see if the exposed bit lights on fire.
It most certainly does. Eventually you're just kind of holding this, like, well, not quite a gauntlet, but still. And then
it's a hand candle.
Yeah, flame kind of coming out the cut side.
Make excellent fire starters.
And then same where you separate it from the forearm, like a flame burns out. So there's two flames.
Oh, crazy. I'll show it to everybody, and I've made a torch.
Wow. Amazing.
Impressive, no?
Yeah, keep it with you. We'll always be able to start fires in the daytime when we're camping.
What do you suppose this being is that incinerates in the sun?
No, we read a lot of stuff about vampires in that one room that we investigated.
As a skeleton, I'm predisposed to dislike vampires for some reason. Feels narrative. Well, vampires means one thing, though. That's the Cannith, right? Why would they be here?
He's hundreds of years old. He probably has some kind of nefarious doings with, like, every major nefarious doing.
Yes, he is a child. But nonetheless, he is a powerful child. Perhaps we should consider making a visit to the Cannith one day. What do you think, Kai? I'll throw the hand at him.
Kai kind of dodges the hand and just kind of like says, "Vampires, vampires sound like a reasonable explanation, but without much knowledge on them, all I can say is Cannith does sound intriguing."
Sounds accurate.
Yes.
Which is important. Well, we should dispose of these bodies.
I mean, someone will be along to clean them up. It's just like a temple place.
You find that to be
It's the emissary
sensible.
of Thrain.
I suppose there will be someone with broom and bucket come through.
I don't think that's our job.
All right, I'll kick the body.
Let's just kick it around a little bit, make a bigger mess.
Yeah, there you go. Now it looks heroic.
Okay.
So the king's itinerary said that he was supposed to be at these towers tomorrow,
Yes.
but
Should get there then.
when we met those people out front, they said that he was definitely going to be there today because of all of the heightened security and stuff like that. Maybe by sending the Warforged, we like thwarted an assassination attempt.
The explodey one, you mean?
Yeah, because it blew up. I mean, I am assuming that it blew up other Warforged that had explosives in it, which caused as much damage as it did.
Yeah, I was hoping that would happen.
Today we could potentially try to warn him or show him that we have proof, but also like he could be in on the whole thing. Not his assassination, but like the Warforged plot.
It feels likely that he is. It seems he would have to be very blind to not get any intelligence about this before us.
And we haven't been doing the secret handshake with enough people, so we could have come across Cass and not even known it.
I forgot about the secret handshake. Well, I say if we get to where the king's supposed to be before he gets there, and that's probably advantageous, right?
Well, that's where we were last week, before we came here.
We'll have to.
The House Lorander Tower entrance, and there's like a bunch of King's Guards and stuff posted up there.
Do you suppose that might be a false front, though, for where he's really supposed to be?
I have no. I don't know.
That's what it sounds like to me. If we have his actual itinerary, he's going to follow the itinerary, right? Unless he has been somehow persuaded to go somewhere off of the itinerary, but I just don't see that occurring.
Well, what should we do with the information that we currently possess about the Warforged?
You still have the
I say
address
we-
from where they were being sent to. It's like 2 doors over.
Yeah.
I say we sock it away and we walk over to the address and finish investigating before we move on. That way, if we talk to somebody, we'll have all the.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that.
You leave the Thrainish embassy. You can see the congregates like off in the distance across the square, seemingly trying to wait for a sky coach big enough for all of them. They want to really kind of stick together and go open this temple. As you make your way out, the square is still kind of hectic. Big plume of smoke still pouring from the Cannith Tower. The sky bridge between it and House Lyrander also appears to be damaged. But for everything going on, there is a remarkable lack of activity outside of the tower, save for... Perfect. Cool. I was worried about the... Save for 2 city guard who, in all honesty, don't seem all that concerned about the large amount of smoke. From your perspective right now, it's going to be pouring out the backside of the building. From the above point of view, it's going to be like in the upper left corner of the tower. So it's going to be like this section. About 20 floors up. You can see this tower and Lyrander Tower connected by a sky bridge. And then the backside of that same floor, you can see just black smoke pouring out.
I'll kind of look up and smile a little bit. Personal satisfaction.
Don't mind us. We're just checking out the scene of a crime.
We can go up and talk to the guards. We need to get in there. Or we can skip talking to the guards.
I think it's time for a necro.
Get out of the way of the door. Blam.
Look, bro, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to move.
There's nothing behind you!
That's always so tempting.
Does it appear like they're not going to let us by? Like, I know.
They don't seem to be standing at attention, like super focused. They got like poor posture and they're kind of leaning up against, you know, the wall. And like I said, it just strikes you as odd that the building is probably literally on fire. And they're just kind of like, not my problem.
So they're probably charmed, is what I'm guessing. Or controlled somehow. Either that or they're the ones who started it, and they're just trying to make sure no one gets out of it. So...
And they are city guard, too. Like the city, they're the city watch. They're not like Cannith soldiers or anything else. They're just regular old city watch.
We were the ones that blew up that tower, though.
Let's go up there, approach them.
All right. If they give us shit, we'll just gut them.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a chance to not have to murder you.
It's not our first option, but it is our second option.
We're connoisseurs of murder hoboism.
Perhaps you've heard of it.
So as you walk up, you know, they stiffen a little bit, not as a means of like showing intimidation or anything, but much more just kind of out of a pride. Nobody wants to sit there and be like all up against the wall. It's just not a good look. So they kind of straighten up and, you know, they look reasonably fit. Like they could chase you if they had to. They're not those kind of city watch.
Not that we're shaming anybody.
Nope. Just, you know, some people are limited by their abilities, and that's just the way it goes. Yeah, but they kind of stiffen up. They're like, whoa. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but the building's on fire.
I have noticed. It
Okay.
seems that you are doing nothing about it.
We are actually kind of forbidden from being within the building. Our jurisdiction ends at this front door. And as far as what goes on in there and may or may not have happened,
What goes on out here also may or may not
I mean, we'd much prefer that it didn't.
I am insinuating nothing. I'm just stating the way things are.
We're here on business of the king.
Yes.
Are they expecting you?
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
well, very
Yes,
well.
we sent the signal.
Don't allow us to stand in your way, by all means. One of them even kind of rushes out and, like, grabs the door.
All right.
See, murder is not always the best answer.
You're right.
Just the
I'll-
second best answer.
Just
I'll
the-
give each of them a respectful nod on the way through.
Give
Give
you
them
a,
like
a little curt bow of somebody who kind of knows their place in the kind of social hierarchy. So you make your way in to a narrow, like 12-foot wide corridor. Big, heavy steel doors directly in front of you. On the right-hand wall, a little bit up inside the door. And then one on the left-hand wall, essentially right inside the door.
big steel doors. Well, Flametongue, that's all you, bro. Big steel things, I don't really do that.
We can like listen at the door. I'll listen at this door immediately to the left.
I have a coffee cup you could put up against it with your ear.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check against the door.
As your face just ignites because the door is super hot.
18. You don't hear anything.
Perfect.
Understandable. It is a giant steel door.
And it is very large. It's 20 feet big. I just saw that.
Is it locked?
15 feet. Yes. Yes, it is.
Are all the doors in here locked?
The one straight ahead, as you walked in, absolutely is. This door up on the right-hand wall, as you walked in, the north side, is unlocked.
Let's
I'll
open it up.
Open the unlocked door.
Okay. You're going to step through. Inside, you are going to see a human sitting at a desk. Welcome to House Cannith Towers. Unfortunately, we had an unscheduled renovation over the night, and the tower is closed to all tours today. I am very sorry. You can reschedule your tour at another time.
Lucky you, I'm not a tourist. We're here on official business of the king.
Okay. Looks at like the ledger in front of him. Who are you here to see?
We're here to do an inspection.
The king wants numbers. He will want measurements. We are here for that.
And obviously we would like to comply with his Majesty's wishes. It's just today might not be the best day. This renovation is quite extensive.
That is why we are here.
Listen, lady, we know what's going on here. All right. Going through that door.
Your attempts to stonewall us will not.
I'll show her the House Cannith documents that we have with the official seal stamped on them.
Don't let her read them. Just flash them.
We got these documents, okay? We got them.
My lady, while I am sure your information is quite earth-shattering, I do apologize. I'm simply just an office assistant. If you would like, I could get my supervisor and see what he would say.
I want to talk to the manager.
Yes, if you'll excuse me for a minute. And gets up. disappears behind the door. As they open it, you can very briefly get like a boardroom. You can see like a large table, some chairs, and what appear to be they look very similar to the House Cannith engineers that you saw in the Creation Forge.
Oh, we killed that guy really fast.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of anything, man.
And so they kind of come out after a moment. Good afternoon. Good morning, my lady. I hear you have some documents that we may be of interest.
Most official documents. And they wouldn't be interesting to you. They might be interesting to your boss.
Well, I'm sure, as you would understand, operations such as this operate on multiple layers with filters. And unfortunately, I'm afraid I probably can't proceed this any further along without actually seeing any documents. I mean no disrespect, my lady, but people come in here all the time making all kinds of outlandish claims.
What happened to the tower?
Oh, yes. We had a renovation that we were unaware started today. But it's well under control. It's going to look great once it's finished. We're very excited.
All right. Well, I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this guy unless, like, knock him out or something.
Let me see what I got.
He's gonna have his hand out, like expectingly wanting to see whatever the goods is.
I'll hold him up, but I won't put him in his hand. Look at this. Got official seals. You know what's going on here. So you take a look at the back to confirm something.
I mean, obviously he's not going to try to like rip it away from you, but they're going to kind of hold it, see him trying to read it and kind of looking in particular spots. Not just reading the damn thing. Yes, this does appear to be quite interesting indeed. Sorry. There we go. Cool. Got it. Okay. Yes, these documents are fascinating. If you'll just wait for a moment here, I'll bring somebody by to verify that these documents are in fact authentic. Can you wait for a moment?
Let me confer with my associates.
Oh, yes, of course.
Over there like this.
Well, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to wait for another official to come? And I mean, we're obviously not going to give anybody these documents because it's like proof that House Cannith has some kind of hand in this Warforged creation.
We're huddling, by the way, right now, and I've got my cloak pulled up over so no one can see me, and I'm sitting here going. But what are we hoping to accomplish here? This is surely going to lead to murder, as these people will want their documents back.
Well, so our mission basically was to find proof of what's going on about these warboards, or just like some.
So now we are flaunting that truth to the people who we found it from.
Yeah. So,
we should leave.
we try to get the king to come down here and be like, look at all these blown up warforges. We sent this one here.
He won't.
And it worked. It blew all these guys up. And look, paperwork as well.
Do you think they're not gonna fucking try to assault us before the king shows up? Because we just were like, hey.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What do you want to do now? We can.
Well, you know,
like force our way past them. We can wait.
The door that they came in from, is that locked on the inside or the outside? Can I tell?
The door that you came in through?
No, that they came in through. Or that they're exiting through.
It's not locked. That you saw. They just kind of got up and opened the door.
They just popped right through it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how we would do it. We could try to locate Cass.
we can.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he's in the city anymore after he was executed.
I can cast Spider Climb on you and on me, and then we'll just carry Kai, and we can walk up to the top of the tower.
That's true.
If we wanted to skirt right now, we could Ninja Advantage. I do have a smoke. But if we don't want to use it, we don't need it. But
how long does it last?
I have no idea, dude. They're just the fireworks, man. You can just shoot off fireworks right at their face. What are they gonna do?
Oh, why do we Here we go. We're gonna blow up some fireworks inside your building.
I don't know, man. What should we do here? Because we're kind of locked into something.
They're obviously not going to be forthcoming about this renovation that's happening at their base.
I say we demand to go through the door and walk up there ourselves, and that we use our Here for the King.
I mean, what I'm saying is, it's not really going to accomplish much of anything if we just look at it. Like, we already know what happened. We don't need to look at it.
Then why are we here?
To check it out. I have no idea.
We're here to look at it.
All right.
Otherwise we wouldn't have walked in here.
Let's just take a look at it then.
Well, let's exit and walk up the side of it.
All right.
When they leave the room, we'll leave the room.
How long does it last?
Let's see here. The spider climb. It's a concentration up to 1 hour, so I guess I could only do it to one person. Right? Because I can't double concentrate.
Yeah. Unless you're a sorcerer with the meta magic.
Yeah, I sure ain't. Just a regular old warlock.
Well, why don't we we'll say we'll wait for your
let's
somebody and then let's just dip, and then you can climb up the side of the building and peer down onto it and see what you can see.
All right, that'll work. Let's do it. Let's bounce. So when they leave, Manny, we're backtracking and busting back out the door.
This one's going to go back beyond this. The receptionist is going to stay.
All right, well, she ain't going to fight us.
Right back. We have some more official business that we need to tend to.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry we couldn't help you in a more punctual way.
Typical.
Typical. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna walk around the side of the building while those guys distract the guards, and then I'll start, or I'll cast the spell and start walking up the side of the walls.
Okay. You're gonna make it, and this is the wall you're gonna climb.
Yeah, that is the wall I'm gonna climb.
Okay. So, are you gonna like Spider-Man climb this thing, or are you gonna legit like vertically like walk up it?
What was that, Manny?
Are you gonna like Spider-Man climb it like on all fours, or are you gonna like?
Like just straight walk it? Like
Yeah.
No, I'm doing creepy skeletal Spider-Man.
Okay.
Wait. You have to do like, you know, in the horror movies where they're like walking upside down on their hands, but they're like bellies up, and their heads like twisted over.
Like Bray Wyatt.
That's how you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll Bray Wyatt up the side of it. I don't see why there's anything wrong with style points.
Cool. The Fiend makes its way up the side, and especially along this wall, about 10 floors up. You're pretty high up there. You're going to feel a very strong mechanical vibration against, if you were to climb straight up where you are on the map, you are going to feel a very intense like mechanical vibration as once you get to the 10th floor.
And how many floors are remaining?
There is another 10 to the floor with the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And the sky bridge.
Well, let's keep ascending.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 14.
Okay. You're going to continue closer and closer, and when you get to about the 18th floor, you're going to be much closer to the exploded side, which is literally going to be on the opposite side of the building from where you are, okay?
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer and closer, you are going to start to hear like a scraping, like something heavy being pushed across the sky bridge. And you're going to hear like swearing.
Interesting. I'll kind of try and find a little bit of cover and listen to the rest of whatever that person is saying if I'm able.
Okay, so what, you're gonna like try to get like under the bridge?
Yeah.
Downtown.
Spider-Man it under the bridge.
Okay. Above you, first of all, the bridge has like a bunch of holes in it. Whether they were from the recent unscheduled renovation or it's just in disrepair. There's some pretty large sections of this bridge that are missing. Whatever is like scraping seems heavy. Like getting pushed across this bridge, and it only goes for like a couple of feet or a couple of seconds at a time, and then it stops, and you hear like this 1, 2, 3. Whatever they're pushing does not move very far each go round.
I'll try and peek my head up and look through the hole, see if I can't see what they're shoving around.
From one of the holes, all you're going to see is what looks like a giant wooden crate.
Oh.
It's in the
Giant.
box.
What was that?
What's in the box?
I don't know. I don't have X-ray vision yet. Yeah. All right. I'll pop my head back out and just listen to these fools struggle with it for a little while.
Yeah.
But as soon as I see how many people do I think there are?
5, 6 maybe.
5 or 6. Oh, that's a lot. I was gonna do the old pull one out through the floor trick, but if there's 5 or 6. I mean, there's plausible deniability that the hole is in the floor if he fell through.
Yeah, he just tripped.
I mean, it's all there, it's all covered. All right, I'm gonna let them push past where I am. And just sit there and try and gather what they're talking about.
After a couple more minutes, you realize that it seems like they just basically push everything to like the opposite end of the bridge from House Cannith. If this is House Cannith and this is House Lyrander, they're pushing them like to here and then stopping. Like after a couple minutes, the scraping stops. You kind of feel the padding of feet on the bridge above you, and then closer to House Cannith, the scraping starts, and you know the bitching and the ugh.
I'll crawl in through the open hole and use that as an access point to get to the tower. I'll try and do so without being seen. Wait until they go by, you know. And once I'm up there, once I'm up in the tower, I'll drop the spider climb.
As best you can tell, they seem to maybe have passed you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's essentially like 3 holes. One of them like closest to House Cannith. One of them in the middle, and then one of them closer to House Lyrander. Which one of the 3 do you want to pop out of?
The one closest to House Lyrander. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, they will not have been past you yet.
Oh, they're not. Oh, then I misunderstood.
Like I gave you a description without figuring out which like of the 3 holes you wanted to pop through.
Okay. So there's a sky bridge that goes. The Lyander, that's the tower that's blown up, right?
No, Cannith is the one that's blown up. Lyrander is the one that's like locked down by the King's shield. That's like the airship port.
I can understand that. Then I'll go into the Cannith house.
Okay. At this point, they will be past you.
I'll sneak up in there.
Okay. We're just gonna need to edit the map real quick. Put you here. All right. So you're going to pop up, and as you do so, you are going to see 4 members of the Swords of Liberty in their very familiar blue capes, as well as 6 of these very large crates.
Very large crates, you say? What's the lighting like in here?
It's bright sunshine, it's the heart of the day, or it's late morning.
Are there any long shadows?
No, you're out in the middle of everything.
Shit. Hmm. I'll observe and see what's going on.
Okay. From the end of the bridge, one of the Swords of Liberty turns away from his large crate, kind of looks to the edge of the bridge, and you can see him kind of squint in your direction.
I will take that opportunity to make myself appear to be a Swords of Liberty.
Okay.
And step out.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check to see how kind of good your...
Oh, man. King stealth check right there, dude. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Check on the old...
Oh, no, I'm wrong. That's a dirty 21.
Okay. I rolled a nat 20 plus 6, so 26. It's going to look at you. Hey! You don't belong here. And at this point, everybody else is going to kind of turn around and see you.
Okay. Oh, boy. I will exit. Let's see, where is the elevator? Here it is. I will go back the way I came.
Down the hole, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't have spider climb anymore. So I'm just going to shoot out into the open sky. And hope that Kai sees me falling.
Do I see him falling?
If you watched him, he's basically just going to kind of be, I mean, I don't, can you see can you see somebody 20 floors up? Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will react and cast Feather Fall.
Okay. What's the range on that?
Hold on a second.
Like, how close is he going to be to going splat before?
So it's got a 60 feet.
Oh, shit.
60 foot range, so.
Oh, you better be right on with that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this skeleton who looks... So, all right. So, Flametongue and Kai, you're going to have seen Masawa climb up the side of the building, peek out through the hole, kind of hang out for a second. You're going to lose sight of him through the hole because he's going to kind of go up and then inward towards the building. And then the next thing you see is going to be this very bright, vivid blue cape that you are familiar with, that you have seen before, come hurtling out of the sky.
Wait. That's a good point, because if he's wearing the Swords of Liberty stuff, I would probably think. I'm being honest here. Kai would
Sword of Liberty.
Would you say the Sword of Liberty or no?
Well, if you look fundamentally different than way, because I would probably think that you threw them out of the building.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would assume. That's why I'm so upset right now.
So I will leave it up to Manny to decide if Kai recognizes that it's bones under
Do we
that.
want to put it to a high-low roll? That's
Oh, you want
fair,
me-
right? That's
Yeah,
just-
and so what would you do? Would you would be a skeleton in the cloak, or did you go full and decide to look like a dude because you can't really sneak in looking like a skeleton?
I look exactly like one of them,
Okay.
dude, and
Yeah,
blonde
Kai-
hair,
Fleshy,
blue eyes.
fleshy
Yeah.
and squishy.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Kai would.
In a full pencil dive, like me.
And there's no way Kai would.
What
turn
the
spell
fuck is
slot to
this
save
guy on
someone's
about?
life. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Unless you were yelling like, "Kai, save me! Kai, save me!"
You're not gonna hear it in time to do it. I can
Well,
tell you that.
actually, hold on a second.
Are we gonna do the math and
In-
see how long it would take for him to fall?
Well,
Are we turning
in
this into
character-
physics?
Let's turn
in
it
character-
into physics.
The thing is, I didn't mention this before because I can like hear what's going on. But in character, Kai would probably have message going to keep communication with Masawa. Probably, right? I mean, that's what I've done a lot of other sessions. But like here, I was just kind of watching what he was doing. But Kai probably would want to stay informed and be sending messages back and forth. So if during one of those messages, Masawa was like, "I'm jumping out the window." I'm gonna leave it up to Manny, of course, but Kai
didn't-
would probably
You
want to
have-
be like radio.
You have done that before.
There's precedence.
Before you essentially split the party. So yes.
Okay.
I don't
In
have
that
I don't have
case-
money for new art.
Yeah. In that case, Kai uses the spell slot because in that case, Kai would know that it's Masawa drawing. That-
Coming in hot, bro.
Yeah.
Real hot.
Kai just
Terminal
like,
velocity hot.
like Kai hears Masawa say, "I'm jumping," and goes like, "What?" And then he just sees someone falling out the window, sees it's blue, and he's like, "Wait a second," puts it 2 and 2 together. You're like 5 feet away from hitting, and then you just stop. And slowly, yeah.
Just like lightly bump onto the ground.
Kai will say when you get to the ground, he will say, "That was a close one."
I will immediately drop my Swords of Liberty gimmick and say thank you. I appreciate that. There are Swords of Liberty up there.
You're gonna plop
They are
down like
moving.
about here.
The fucking city guards just like, oh my god,
The
you're a
fuck?
hero! Just saved him from falling, and then you change back into a fucking skellyman. Oh goodness, these guys are
They're probably gonna think Kai
Sorry.
like just
No.
burn him alive.
gonna.
He's like looking at his cigarette.
Like I was already dead on the way down. Just
Kai will be like, "Summon undead. Haven't you ever heard of this spell? They come from the sky now."
You think it came from the ground? Dude, that's so old school thinking, man. You better educate yourself. It's these old closed-minded beliefs that are keeping us from really progressing as a people. You think about that, man. Work on yourself, bro.
I hope you are
All right,
able to
so
articulate that.
one of the city guards is definitely kind of giving his smoke a little sniff just to make sure he's not getting tanked on the job. Well,
We're gonna leave now.
we heard the Inquisitors asking about you. Wondered if you had run off.
Not yet.
Got nothing to run from. Inquisitors, you say?
Poor choice of words by me. He's gonna
Inquisitors, huh?
He's gonna
Some office workers came out here.
he's gonna pop his head out. we have some authenticators set up on the 10th floor that we would like for you to see.
Yes, yeah. Let's go authenticate these documents that we have.
Yes, take us to the 10th floor.
Okay. So they open it up, open you inside, unlock this door.
I'm gonna send Kai a message. There's something rattling like crazy on the 10th floor. I could barely gain purchase with my hands.
Unfortunately, the first couple of floors of the building are only accessible by stairs. It is our apology. But up to the 10th floor, it will be the top floor accessible by stairs, and somebody will assuredly meet you up there.
Very well, thank you again. We'll start walking up the stairs.
You make your way up. Like I said, they just keep spiraling and spiraling and spiraling higher and higher. As you keep going up this stairwell, nobody else comes up or down. And as you get higher, the smell of like smoke and char becomes stronger and stronger. Eventually you get to the 10th floor where the stairs end. And at the end of the hallway, just a door on your left.
Is this area shaking like the outside was, or is it all still?
You can feel it as you would like come up the stairs and look forward to the exterior wall. I mean, you know the kind of section that you climbed. So, like, this whole kind of area has a very distinct kind of, mechanical sound to it. And every so often, just kind of rumbles ever so slightly. I mean, there's still pretty solid stone walls. So, it's not like shit's falling off the wall or anything. But, subway station vibes. Subway station's solid as shit, but when the train goes by, you still feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And it's coming from, you're going to know from, like, this corner of the building.
Okay. I'll start leading the way to the door at the end of the hallway there.
Okay.
There's only the one door, right?
Yes.
Or is there? Okay, yeah. Then I'll lead the way to that.
Okay. It's going to open up. And just as you open it up, you're going to hear a voice from the kind of adjacent room. Yes, you must be our people who need of authentication. Yes, please, step into my workshop.
Let's step on into his workshop.
It's that room that
It's going to be
opened up.
No, this is going to be the one that he goes through in the door. This, the door here is going to be the one that you heard like the voice through. So the midnight to 9 p.m. section of the map is where the voice is coming from.
So we need to go through that.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will do that.
In fact, this is probably as good a time as any. Kai will say some words, moving his hand over his spellbook as it glows and text starts coming up off of the spellbook and forms into like almost like a you can almost see like a creature-like shape of it as it hovers in the ground, above the ground. And
Okay.
Kai's eyes will light up as he can see through the eyes of the spellbook.
Okay.
And he will have it walk through the door.
In the next room, I'll go ahead and put it up there. You see like a guy dressed like the engineers that you'd seen yesterday. Just in a big pile of like gears and stuff. He's got a lamp on his head, like a big magnifying glass over his eye, and it looks like he's just kind of scrounging for parts. I know we got a little bit of a late start. Just before hypothetically anything were to get going, we're going to use this as our opportunity to take our little mid-show break. So it is currently 9:04 p.m. We're going to take about a 10-minute break, come back, and just in case anything happens, I feel like now's a good time to take a break. So, like I said, 9:04, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, and we will meet the authenticator who just can't wait to see some fresh documents. To everybody watching, thank you very much. To Nervous Virgo, thank you for the sub. We appreciate it, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you then.
I know that's kind of part of the fun.
That's the way it goes. But all right, we are back from our real life short rest after narrowly avoiding becoming a blue-clad splat on the square of the Dragon Towers. The party was invited in by one of the House Cannith employees, guided to the 10th floor, in through a room in which a voice could be heard from the next room, inviting them in, asking to see their documents and whether they were to be authentic, that whether this should be a concern for House Cannith as a whole. So, all right, Kai, what you just... Is it just your spell book that's seeing into the room? All of you are still in the first room?
I had forgotten to put myself on mute. So the manifestation of my spell book, I can see through it, and I'm sending it into the room to make sure that,
Okay. So mechanically, it's like a familiar.
Yes.
Without
familiar.
Without like the ritual and maybe not all the things that a familiar can do. Yes.
Yeah, it can't take actions outside of a very specific actions. In some ways, it's more limiting than a familiar. But
sure.
One of the bonuses is I can see and hear through it without any actions. It's like a second sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty. Like I said, I get it. It's familiar without the ritual or the 10-minute cast, and then to get it quickly, they nerf what it can do. Yes.
Yeah, and it can't do like the flyby like stuff.
It is a remote perception check for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, and it does have just so you're aware, it does have a proficiency bonus number of times per day. I can cast a spell as if I were in its space. So I could be in a different room and fireball, for instance.
Okay.
Shit.
Oddly specific, but very on brand for Landon / Kai over the entire day today. Hypothetically, fireball. I don't know, man. It could be anything. Or fireball. Great choice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be fireball because it's not going to be fireball, but necro ball.
The necro ball.
Pretty good.
The necro ball for sure. I'm open, man. I'm not going to just pigeonhole myself into fireball. Exactly. It could be a bunch of things.
It could be fireball. It could be ice ball. It could be necro ball.
Who knows? We'll see how the mood strikes me. All right. So what does your manifestation look like?
It's sort of like looks like a line of text and sigils, like like what you'd see on a spell book.
Okay.
Formed into almost like it's a tiny spectral, like almost humanoid looking thing, and maybe not humanoid like arms and legs, but it's like in that cylindrical shape. and it's just like the text wrapping around what would seem like a tiny entity.
Got it.
If it makes
Okay.
sense, yeah.
And it's visible to other people?
Yeah, in fact, I think it glows.
Cool.
That's neat.
Yeah, it sheds a dim light in a 10-foot radius. So it glows. It says it looks like a ghostly tome, a cascade of text, or a scholar from your past, your choice, whatever. It can hear and see, and it has dark vision with a range of 60 feet. It can telepathically share what it sees and hears without any action. And I can move it with a bonus action each turn. It can pass through creatures, but not objects, so it can't go through walls or anything like that. If someone casts a spell magic on it, it's gone, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
I can only do it once per day or cast a spell slot to do it again.
That's right. That is a new kind of design feature.
Yeah.
It's once per day or a spell slot, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're going to conjure this thing. It's going to go, the door's open. And, you know, the glowing emanation is going to kind of drift from your room into the other. And as it does, from your spell book's point of view through Kai, your eyes, it just looks like a guy just like rummaging through a big pile of like spare parts. Just pushing stuff aside. He's got like one handful of like a bunch of crap. He's got like a headlamp on, like a set of glasses where like the lenses keep flipping for like greater magnification. And his back is going to be turned to the door when your spell book comes in. And he's going to kind of look up and see the glow and his shadow kind of cast on the... Pause for a second. Well, aren't you a glorious little thing, my friend? And
It
just
spins in a circle.
And like it's gonna look like he just went like limp wristed, and everything's just gonna fall like out of his hands. Gonna click back all the magnifiers. You are truly a wonder. Could he touch it?
He could touch it, but I think it would like go through it. It's
Okay.
Because it says it's intangible.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
It doesn't occupy.
I got it. It's a projection plus. Got it. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So he's gonna you're gonna see it. You know, it's gonna be a little. If this was a person, would be absolutely like in your personal space. But he's right up against it, and you can just see him. Like you're looking through like a door. Like a peephole. Just amazed by it. If you get the sensation, or depending on, what its peripheral vision actually is, it's going to poke just straight through it, like gentle at first, and then just going for it.
Kyle's going to shudder because to him, it looks like a figure just like going through his head.
Oh, God.
And you're going to see like just this smile. This is amazing. And look, so at this point, he's going to have moved. Let's do some things here. Let's move him to here, and then let's
sensory overload.
I do have something for your projection. Give me a second. We will use this for
that is perfect.
the time being. It was your teleportation circle in one of your safe houses.
And it's tiny, so I'll just make it
Okay, that's fine.
smallest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's just going to be mesmerized by it. You are just a marvel. Who do you belong to, my little friend?
Kai will kind of yell because it can't speak. So Kai will kind of yell from behind the door and say, "It doesn't seem like you're hostile."
Whoa, hold on. The door. That's not good enough color. Hold on. All right. So this white line is basically going to be the door as it's opened, right? So.
Yeah.
With that being said, let me move everything like around where it would be. It's going to peek out like just around the corner. He's going to be mesmerized by it. He's going to meet it like right where it is now on the map. So given that, it is going to be, he will never have seen you, any of you. And for the most part, if everybody is where they are right now, Masawa, you can get like the faintest outline of like dude's arm. But that is it. You would, Flametongue probably too a little bit. Just the barest outline of his, physical form. One arm. He's going to be dressed very well. You can see like a very well appointed robe. And then obviously Kai through the book is going to be able to see everything. And he's just amazed. Who do you belong to, my little friend?
At this point, Kai will say, you don't seem hostile.
Oh, no.
Right.
I am dangerous to broken things at worst.
Kai will still kind of be on his guard, but kind of push the door open to reveal himself, and I guess the rest of the group too.
Okay. Let's go ahead and... Okay. All right.
Yeah, and Kai will say, like, we wish to get to the top floor.
All right, so new white line is the door. You can see, and you see everybody's now going to see just this enormous pile of like junk. It's Eberron, Sanford, and Son. And he's just all wide-eyed and like giddy. And even though, Kai's pushed the door open and there are 3 beings clearly standing in the next room, he hasn't made eye contact with you or anything and is just still playing with the spellbook projection.
Move out of our way, I say. Push my way through.
I'm afraid the upper floors are only accessible by authorized personnel, and obviously the stairwell ends here, so this is as high as I'm allowed to go. They have a bunch of people traipsing in and out through here every day. They keep going up to the top floors, but alas, my work is here amongst all this junk. But yes, I hear we have a document to authenticate something supposedly from this house.
Show it. I'll say to Flametongue.
Yeah, I'll show him the documents.
Same deal.
So
Don't
Okay.
touch him.
He's gonna come up. You see him like click, 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 click. Kind of look up and down. Well, this, and he's gonna like just grab like the corner of it, and, kind of get, what is this, velvet? It's beautiful. That kind of thing. Oh, well. Why, yes, okay. Very well, if we could proceed into the next room where I have my drafting table and a few other things, but this does look quite concerning. You were quite right in bringing it to us. Just follow me, please.
all right.
It's gonna move
Start
down.
walking.
Open the door.
Skeleton walk.
kind of make his way in. Yes, follow along, please. I hope you understand, if these are true, we would need to be in a secure room. So if everybody would like to follow me in here, please.
Yeah, I would love to. There we go.
Kai and his little friend, his little buddy will move on in there.
Okay.
Crap.
Just as Kai and his projection make his way through, the door begins to close. Everybody give me a perception check real quick.
2.
2, Nick.
Did you fall asleep?
Yeah.
You like dozed off for a minute.
Flametongue passed out during all this.
Junk looked real comfy. Down.
I got a 19, Manny.
Okay.
Kai also got a 19.
Okay.
Brand new set of dice today, too.
Nice. So just as the door is about to close shut, Kai and Masawa, you're going to hear what sounds like the pile of junk, like shifting, or like something fell and a bunch of like parts kind of cascaded onto the floor.
That happens.
It's no good, man.
That's nothing to worry about.
Okay. And as the door closes, as you hear the sound, Kai and Masawa, what are you going to do? Are you going to turn and look?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Kai?
Yeah, Kai will look.
Okay. Flametongue, you didn't hear anything. You give me a perception check real quick.
4.
Should I just stop asking? Is that the lesson?
Just taking it out, right?
So for a second there, because Flametongue's a paladin, for a second there I thought he was a cleric, thinking the main ability score was wisdom.
Wisdom.
Like, this is impossible.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess this is.
Shouldn't you have like a +4 by now?
Perception, I have a +1. Yeah.
All right. You do have spatial awareness like a child, even with a 4. So as the door closes, you are definitely going to notice Masawa and Kai turning around to look at the closing door. Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry there. Yes. If you'll just give me a moment, I must go through and find my authentication gear. And he's going to get up and he's just going to go, like, make a beeline for, like, a specific point in the junkyard. And he's just going to start, like, pulling stuff apart, like throwing gears, like Yoda and Luke's shit when he gets to Dagobah, just like throwing stuff and, you know, getting into things, beating a droid with a stick, full day. He's gonna start throwing it off, and he's gonna stand up and look around, walk over here, do the same thing. What are you doing while he's looking through this pile of stuff? Masawa.
I am going to go walk back over to the door that just shut.
Okay.
And see if it's locked.
Okay.
Let's see how we'll do that on the owlbear here. Yeah.
Okay. It is locked. And without like even turning around, he's going to hear you kind of clack on the door. Oh no, we have to secure the room in case those documents are authentic. We wouldn't want anybody not authorized to have them to see the workings of this noble house. And he keeps going about, like, looking through just piles of shit, throwing things everywhere. Even looks like he might eat something, like pick something up, kind of sniffed at it. Going right back to, like, rooting through stuff. Kai, what are you going to do as my guy is rooting through this and Masawa makes his way to the door?
I don't think there's much Kai can do because Kai feels a little threatened with the doors being closed and stuff, but at the same time, Kai doesn't have reason to believe he should attack this person. So I think Kai is just going to watch Masawa and follow his lead.
Okay. Flametongue. Dude's rooting through like big old pile of God knows what. Your bony boy kind of checking the door. What would you like to do?
Let's go check this other door.
Okay. It too is locked.
Uh-oh. My claustrophobia is kicking in.
I mean, you're big, so
No.
big, so probably true. Digs through stuff. All three of you give me a perception check, please.
14.
Okay.
16. I only have a +1, by the way. So 19 and then a 16.
Like I said, I was a wizard, man. Like, sorry, wisdom. I don't need both brain stats.
Exactly.
Daddy's book smart, all right?
That's it, yeah.
So I'm pretty pleased with this.
Flametongue?
19.
Oh, hey!
Hey, you woke up.
Sick of
That's the
missing
one that's
stuff.
all.
I'm paying attention. All of you are going to hear what sounds like a bunch of the parts, the pile shaking. It's not an unfamiliar sound because Homeboy's just been throwing things around for the last couple of minutes while he's been looking for stuff. But these sounds are coming from parts of the pile where he is not looking. And out of the piles is going to appear these really crudely constructed constructs. Thanks, D&D. They're going to literally look like just all of the pieces kind of coalesced into these rough things with random spiky pieces of metal acting as swords. You can't ever be allowed to tell anybody what's in those documents. I am sorry, and while I am concerned for what those documents truly mean, you will not see how this investigation ends. And everybody roll for initiative, please.
We already
That's what
copied in the press.
Someone's about to die.
Oof.
9 on the initiative.
Glad I got this out of the way early.
Okay, hold on.
3.
3.
Boom.
I tied you.
I have a 0 to my dexterity, so you'd probably go first.
I have a 2 to mine. So.
I mean, do you
rolled
guys
a
not
1.
want to play D&D? Is that what this is? It's just I don't want to go.
It's such a trouble and a pain.
All right, so Masawa's big 3 is beating Flametongue's
3.
natural 3.
Regular 3, yeah.
Heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Kai, give me some good news, buddy.
9.
Jesus Christ, y'all.
And by 9, I mean German 9, as in 0. I was just gonna say. Like,
See, it's a strategic last situation.
Yeah, we all want to go one right after the other.
Yes, I'm sure
Set
that's
this
what it
up.
is.
I'm just glad I'm going first, so no one gets caught up in the Necrobolt.
Yeah, I mean, first for you, I pray to God everybody else rolls better than this. All right, let's see. All right, we're
I
already
bet
off.
they're not
We're already
going
off
to
to
now.
a raging start. And then
Yeah, first.
yeah, we're.
They probably rolled normal initiatives.
The constructs rolled 19. The archiver rolled an 18.
I mean, at some
Constructs.
point, you gotta just
Constructs also a natural 19. They have +0 to Dex, man. Those things don't want to go.
It's just all performance at that point when you roll that high.
Show off.
Yeah.
Oh, look who wants to fight, man.
Yeah. Whack.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, don't hit my face anymore.
My kid scribbled all over my notepad, so I'm trying to do this note with like marker and like a bunch of things that she was drawing on it earlier, so this should be fun. All right. Threatens you, tells you that there's no way that you are ever leaving this room to even tell anybody what you saw, much less show them these. These constructs arise out of the pile of debris, and they are going to make their way to Masawa and to Flametongue. All right, and then against Sawa, you're going to take 2 big. That was my other D20. Ah, there we go. Gonna take 2 slashes at Masawa. 13 and a 19.
The 13. Let me double check this. Yep, 13 hits. No, opposite.
Oh, got it. What was that?
Sorry.
Bro, what the hell is your AC? Jesus.
I just took my armor off before the
You're
Yeah.
level 6, man. Like, come on.
Hit me, bro. Come on. What do you got?
All right. You are going to take 6 slashing damage as it just like slashes at you with like a rusty ass piece of metal.
All right.
I have cure disease. That tetanus sounds right.
I don't have any skin or blood, so I fear not tetanus.
They probably scuffed up your there's probably like oxidation, like dust in your nicely polished bones.
Which is super messed up.
Somebody grinds you into bread, they're gonna be mad. It's gonna taste like a car battery. All right, so same thing against Flametongue. It's just going to mindlessly kind of march over, take 2 big slashes with a rusty piece of like metal framing for a 21 and a 16.
21 hits.
21, so I figure. All right, and you are going to take 7 slashing damage. All right, the archivist is going to walk over to Kai. It is a shame I must do this, my little friend. Your creation is absolutely marvelous. And he is going to take 2 short sword. No, wait. 2? 1. 1 stab with a short sword for a Kai 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Good news. You're only gonna take 3 piercing damage.
Ooh.
That's still kind of a lot for you, but it could have been way worse.
Yeah, I'm bloodied.
I am most definitely scuffed.
Yeah.
All right, Bard, Archivist. All right, Kai. It is actually your turn with your very ambitious 9.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to do the fireball in the situation because they're all spread out. So Kai instead will.
Swing around lightning bolt 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't have that stuff though. I was really trying to focus my character on like necrotic damage.
That's fine. Fair enough.
What he will do is cast the first level cause fear on the person right in front of him.
All
right. So that'll be a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Ooh. 17.
He passed.
All right.
I guess that's it for Kai. At least it's just the first level slot.
We could have had a great friendship, my little friend. He's gonna say, all right, Masawa, it is you.
It is me. That's correct. Just double checking this. All right. As a bonus action, I will Misty Step. Once I get to Albert. To right here. And the guy in the middle, that is the engineer, right?
Yeah, Archivist.
Archivist, yeah. I will attack him with my Shadow Blade.
Okay. Yeah, we play like 2 games of Pathfinder, and now everybody's like, I want to move into flank. We're going to fuck this up, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I used the trip. I used trip, and then I demoralized.
Like I said, I was like, bro, that's
8 action.
I was like, bro, that is absolutely like a Pathfinder move, homie.
That is a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
So
my man's a nerd.
That hit.
My man's a nerd up in the laboratory.
So that is 20 points of psychic damage.
Okay. You're gonna see him like just grab at his head and just let out like a blood-curdling scream as he's just gonna drop to his knees like in absolute agony.
Yes.
Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
Okay, very cool. All right, Flametongue.
We give 2 big chops to this trash construct in front of me.
Chop him.
25 and a 13.
The 25, yes. The 13, no.
All we're doing is figuring out the bottom end, Manny. That's what that roll was.
That's fine.
So, and then I will
Deliberate.
use one of my first level spell slots to Divine Smite this guy.
The big old smitey smite.
Uh, 21 damage.
Okay, very nice. Radiant is Divine Smite, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So from the blessings of the Church of the Silver Flame, the Pantheon feeling real good about Flametongue right now, spreading the message, doing everything that she can. You were just going to waylay into this thing, and it is going to be like, this wasn't a composed, tangible thing. It was nothing but a pile of loose, like, trash, as you're just going to smash the shit out of it, scattering parts all over the room.
Trash creature!
And that's going to be it for it.
Oh, I feel a little bit bad.
Name of the Silver Flame.
All right, Masawa, Flametongue. All right, we are back up to the constructs. It is going to slide over here to Masawa, take their 2 slashes. Neither one of those is going to get it done. 8 and an 11. The
Dodge jump.
All right, the Archivist is also going to bonus action Misty Step out, because that was a lot of people there. I can't decide if I should do this. I am going to do it because I am feeling particularly salty. The Archivist is going to back up, waving its arms. Is it a... It's going to start muttering an incantation. Flametongue, you're going to recognize it as a spell. And it's going to look in the direction of the construct, finish its motions, finish its vocalization, and it's going to heal the construct for... Jesus Christ. Alright. That is going to be the Archivist's turn. Kai, it is you.
Must have healed it for a lot, huh?
Temp HP. Not very many.
Still
Kai
helpful.
is going to use Toll the Dad. I don't know. Does necrotic damage even affect? So I know some of them do, but like, is it a common resistance for construct?
I don't know. I'm gonna look right now.
I think it's only undead that usually, because I think constructs only resist poison damage usually.
Psychic, poison, and psychic.
Yeah. So I'll go and Toll the Dad on that creature there.
Okay.
The number 1.
Okay.
So DC 15 Wisdom save.
I don't think it's very bright. Oh no.
To be fair, I didn't roll very well.
It's fine. It's fine. I can't even find. I was like, I can't even find my D20, so don't worry. It's got a +0 to wisdom, so 0 plus 14. Hold on. This many. Yeah, so I'm gonna fail.
So 10 necrotic damage.
All right.
Not a big number, but that's okay.
Compared to the temp HP, it just got, yeah, man, it's fine. Yeah, it barely slowed you down. Cool. All right, so it's gonna, I guess, start to rust and kind of just, get a little creaky. It's made of junk, so it's gonna look a little more drab. A little more dust from rust flying off of it. Kai, is that it?
Yeah, that's going. Actually, Kai will move like as far away as possible, like all the way in this corner over here. He'll bonus action to get his little buddy over here too. But yeah, that is it.
Come on, I ain't leaving you over there, that fucking weirdo.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, Kai. All right, Masawa, it is you. Construct right behind you. Yeah. What would you like to do?
I will summon my Hexblade
Okay.
and take a strike at him with the Hexblade and with the Shadow Blade. So let's do that. Oh, that's an absolute 100% with the Hexblade. And 17 with the Shadow Blade.
17 gets it done.
And yeah, at least I got one chop in there. 19 psychic damage to it.
Okay. It is going to actually be not immune, resistant. I didn't catch that the first time. Of what kind? Psychic?
Psychic, yep.
Okay. So what, 19?
Yep.
Okay. Even with its newly found resistance, sorry, I didn't catch that the first time. Your big slash with the Shadow Blade is going to cut right through it, and just like when Flametongue smashed hers, parts are going to go flying everywhere, and just, big follow through with your strike. And as it does so, you can kind of see the Archivist get a little look of panic on his face.
That's right.
Masawa, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right, Flametongue. It is all you. Just you, the boys, a pretty dope spellbook thing, and one nerd who locked you in this room.
I'm gonna level my sword down, kind of like a lance, and just charge right at him.
That's right.
Uh, 20, dirty 20, and a 16.
Yes, both of them.
So the first one does 11 damage.
Okay.
And the second is going to do 9 damage.
Okay. With great vengeance and furious anger, you strike down this nerd who attempted to poison and destroy your brothers. And as they fly into various bits, but not mechanical. More of a splatting than a kind of clanging and skidding across the floor when everything is all said and done. Yes. Kai, real quick, perception check, please.
It is an 8.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Okay. So
that's the thing we're not good at.
You're gonna hear like somebody threw like a watermelon off of a roof, just that crunching and splattering all over the wall as Flametongue just runs the Archivist through. Hey, our good friend Just the Human, thank you for the big raid. Hello, new people, welcome. All right, so you're gonna slash and just absolutely pummel this Archivist nerd who just did nothing. Everything's gonna settle down. All right, so that was Flametongue. We'll go back up to the top real quick. Kai, with everything settled down, the constructs just turning into a big pile of machine parts. Everything seeming quiet. What would you like to do?
I think Kai will want to be more in a hurry, especially given that any noise or whatever may have alerted. So Kai wants to get the jump. So Kai's probably going to send his little spectral spellbook through the door to see if there's any enemies coming our way.
It can go through a door?
Oh, I forgot the doors were locked. Kai will ask Masawa or Flametongue if they know how to pick a lock.
Definitely not.
Holy Paladin, no, yo, no.
Probably, maybe. I mean, it's a big door. I could probably try to bust the lock.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, I don't have any ability to lock pick.
I mean, is it just like a big like doorknob on it?
It's one of those with like a handle and like the thumb button.
Well,
Maybe
what are those
maybe
big in
we'll-
schools?
yeah, I'm just trying to pry the door open.
And while Flametongue is attempting that, Kai will try to check out the that archivist person and see, because they had to trigger the locking somehow. So maybe they have a key, or maybe there's a way to reverse it. There's a lot of junk, so Kai's not hopeful that he'll be able to find whatever it is. But he will try to look through it. However,
You're gonna search.
worst case scenario, I think I see a window there, so we could.
And
I
it's
could
only
use
it's
another
only
feather fall.
we're only 10 floors up, y'all. It's not that far.
Well, feather fall anyways.
All right. So you're gonna go through the body.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to
Okay.
see if there's anything that could open it.
Okay. So you root through the body. You are going to find 14 silver pieces, a blood-stained cloth, a like this sized pouch of really small, like clockwork gears, and what looks like a box with like a little button on it.
Press the button.
Yes, hit the button.
Yeah, that's what Kai is going to do. Like, Kai's going to time it out to when Flametongue hits the door really hard.
Okay.
Look what I did. Really boost my confidence. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So you are going to go, like, so what? You're bald bull charging this door. Is that basically what's going on here?
No, I'm trying to pry it open with my
Okay.
like a dagger that I have.
Okay. You are not gonna back up and like charge through the door.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just trying to really wrench it open.
Okay. You're gonna get your dagger in there. You're gonna get like a grip on the door. You got a big hand, so even without like really trying, you're gonna kind of like put your hand on it, just grabbing it and like click. Because like I said, it's one of those with the handle and like the beer stein essentially, door opening mechanism. Just putting your hand on the thing, you're gonna click it. You're gonna feel like something disengage. So you've turned it. It's click. Now what?
Push it open.
Okay. As you push it open, this like intense vibration that's kind of been like sort of following you around through this floor, depending on where you were, is going to become very loud, and you are going to see a lift like you saw in the Creation Forge, about 10 by 10, that just shoots up floors. Let's see, is there anything else in the room? Yes, there would be 2 very well manufactured constructs. These appear to be essentially top of the line, short of like Warforged technology. These things are as badass of a toaster oven as exists.
Rotisserie.
Yeah, it slices, it dices, they do it all. 14. All right, cool.
Sounds like we better wreck them.
Let me get rid of some of these.
Wreck them.
Yeah, wreck them. Beat them down. We should just roll in and just like hit squat them.
All right. we're just going to use the same initiative for you, and I will slide in with the monster. Surprise, surprise, they're going first.
Yeah, why didn't we get to restart? That's all right. That's all right.
All right, so they are going to take a real big shit. Oh, okay, that's fine. You've seen Warforged and how amazingly they're constructed and how smooth like their range of motion is and how natural like their action is. These are very much not that. They are clunky and kind of lumbering. You can feel the floor shake as they move, and it makes its way over to Masawa, or I guess to Flametongue right here by the door. The door will have... Let me just draw the door real quick. All right, so horizontal line is the door. It's going to walk up to Flametongue, and you notice that on its arms are just two giant shields. It doesn't even carry like a weapon that you can see.
Pummeling.
All right, and it's going to just bam, bam, Flametongue twice. Where the hell are my D20s? What is going on?
It's okay. You don't need D20.
14 is not going to get it done, but a 25 will. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You are going to take. You're going to take 6 bludgeoning damage as this thing, even as big as you are, just absolutely smashes into you with one of its shields that seems to be welded to like its arm. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
So 14.
Okay. It is going to just come up on you. Maybe you thought because it's little and you're big, you were not braced for this, so you were now been knocked prone as it just absolutely like chopped your legs out from underneath you.
Got me.
All right, that is it for that one. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is going to move to there, and that's all it can do. That's it for the constructs. All right, Kai. Just on the inside of the door, you watch this giant thing just bash the shit out of Flametongue and knock her down.
I think this is as good a time as any for the Necro Ball.
Everybody back up.
Yeah. Kai is going to move roughly right here and send in his little ball of fun and joy.
Not as constructs not as amazed by your projection as the archivist was.
Yeah, I don't think that they know what the pain they're about to be in. DC 15 dexterity save.
Let's see. Oh no. I know this is going to come as a shock to you. Big clunking machines, not real dexterous.
Well, I rolled below average. But it's 23 necrotic damage for both of them. So.
Oh no. Jesus. Okay, so it's what?
23 necrotic damage for both of them, or each of them.
Okay. Any immunities? No.
And then Kai will continue on his movement path to be behind the wall.
They're big, they're imposing, they seem very well built, if not like the most efficient of moving. And they start to like rust, the luster on the metal kind of goes away. As what does it look like? Just black inky energy when it goes off?
Yeah,
Dark
I
green.
would think.
Am I thinking like the Legion color scheme for WoW?
Well, I think because of all the years of Harry Potter, I always imagined necrotic damage as like Avada Kedavra, but in this case, it's like a bomb of Avada Kedavra rather than a beam of it.
Boom. Goes off
Yeah,
like I
and
said.
it's a greenish energy just consuming everything, rusting them.
Yeah, rusting, like they are not shiny. Nobody's showing these things off at the car show. All right, Kai, anything else?
That should be it.
Okay. Masawa, it is you.
It is me. All right. Let's see. I will go to right here. And then I'll hit the construct that smacked Flametongue onto the ground. I will hit that construct with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
17 to hit,
Yes.
and a 17 to hit.
Actually, no. Just the first 17. You already
We're
used.
using map rules here.
You already used a 17. What else you got? So yes, both hit.
19 force damage to it.
Okay. It's gonna just take like a big old ding, like in the chest, like somebody took a baseball bat to like your car door, just bah, just caved in. You can even see like the metal like oxidizing right on like the seams where it crumbles.
Oh yeah, and that's all I got.
Okay, back to Flametongue. This little bastard like really rolled up on you and chopped your legs out from underneath you.
Give it the old sweep the leg.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it, girl? Slap around.
I'll stand up.
Very dramatic and slow motion like so that you can see how much bigger she is.
Does that provoke like any kind of an attack on me?
No, standing up now.
Okay. Now I will take 2 choppies. 19
Yes.
and an 18.
Yes.
So I will use a first level spell slot on one of those to smite it.
Smite Bay.
14 on the first
Woo! Spicy.
and 12 on the second.
Okay. Radiant energy, it's gonna just like the end of the natural, just sparks like everywhere. You're gonna smell like that burnt like electrical smell, and it's just gonna just kind of just get a little down in its posture and just kind of and almost like seize up, not even have like a dramatic like death coil or anything. It's just gonna kind of seize up in a postured position. Yeah. So nicely done.
And that'll be it.
Okay. Flametongue. Back up to the constructs. Let's see if it's got enough movement. Yes! Just so. It's going to come in and it's going to just bah, bah, 2 shots with the shield. One of them's a nat 20. The other one's a 16, so I imagine that's not going to get it done. 2d6 plus 4, 16. 18, 21, 25. You're going to take 25 bludgeoning damage off of the crit. Just absolutely chop you down. Strength saving throw, please.
21.
Okay. Rolled up on you, still chopped you with the old shields, but you were there for the dodge to make sure you didn't get knocked prone this time. All right, that's it for the construct. Kai, it is now you once again.
Kai is going to toll the dead on it. The Dolores bells ring as a rust. I'll turn it into a rust bucket.
I cast Conjure Rust Monster. Wow, dude, okay.
Exactly.
You're like the anti-artificer. Orin, I was like, Orin's probably upset right now.
Yeah. Well, Orin would probably look at it as a thing he could fix.
Break it.
DC
Smash the shit out of it.
DC 15, Wisdom save.
Okay, I think we've been over the constructs not being particularly wise. Bro, thank God it's not an intelligence save. -4 to intelligence. Like, Jesus.
Rough.
Let's see. 0 plus 13. I'm going to get this. 9. So, no.
It's a 12 necrotic damage.
Okay. They just keep getting rustier and less polished. Yeah, you wonder if these things have been locked in a barn for like 20 years. There's like hay starting to sprout. There's like a bird's nest. Just all kinds of crazy shit. Kai, anything else?
That should be it.
Okay. Masawa, it is you. This thing saving you the effort of needing to use a ranged spell once again. It's made the trip.
Well, that was sweet. Real nice of it. I'll walk up and take some chops at it.
Okay.
Hexblade chop. 13.
13, no.
Hexblade chop. 23.
23, yes.
And then Shadow Blade chop. 21.
Yes.
All right.
How do you get 3 attacks?
I get to attack twice when I use my Hexblade as a Warlock Hexblade ability.
Okay.
Whenever I attack once with my Hexblade, I get to attack twice with my Hexblade.
Okay, I got it.
And then, so that is 14 damage to it.
Okay.
From the Hexblade, and then from the Shadow Blade. (27) psychic damage.
Okay. It's going to be resistant, blah, blah, blah. All right. Just like the one Flametongue smashed into, 2 big strikes, you're going to, like, rip it open, just, exposing other mechanics and the actual, like, machinery of this thing. And it, too, is just going to kind of, like, seize up and freeze. And, yeah. Once again, everything is quiet. The lift comes like jamming down from wherever it goes right in front of you.
It is going up.
Yes, it just returned to like this floor.
Well, only way is up. I'm going to lay my hands upon myself.
Yeah, you are.
I am quite hurt.
Divinal's playing in the background.
Yeah.
All right. A little bit of Healy heals for the Lady Flametongue. We'll just go through this real quick. All right, Masawa, you just did the killing blow. All right, Flametongue, you're going to do some lay on hands. Kai, with everything calm and quiet, Flametongue doing a little self-care. Anything you would like to do as like kind of a quick little action?
No,
Okay.
I don't think there's much that Kai can do. So.
Okay. Okay. Masawa, anything while Flametongue, like I said, does a little self-care?
I think I'm okay actually.
Okay. Flametongue, how many hit points you get back? It did take a chunk out of you, didn't I?
Yeah, 30 hit points back. All of my.
Oh, you took them all, huh? Okay. Wow, this is desperate. All right.
I only had 6 hit points left.
You bopped him hard, dude.
I did. It was a crit. And those shield guardians are kind of badass, so like.
Yeah, sweep the Cobra Kai, sweep
Yeah.
the leg.
It was like I missed with one of them too. If I'd critted and hit, like, hey, the paladin's down again. All right. What would you all like to do?
Take the elevator.
Get on that lift.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
As
like one of those brawler games, like Streets of Rage. It's all
Double Dragon. Just
Oh yeah. Only
love Double Dragon. So it's gonna rise up, and as it does, you're gonna go. If you were to treat it like an elevator, where you walk onto it and then turn around, right?
Mhm.
The part that would be at your back, like any other elevator ride, just seems to be almost like a set of like teeth the same kind of mechanism that they would use for like a roller coaster, like the old school ones, not like the electromagnets or any of that shit.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah, but but already like linked, so there's not like the jerking motion, just the chain is what's going to carry you like up.
Interesting.
It's a little old school. And as it kind of begins to climb, you're going to go from this wide open room, like kind of case. It's just going to be the lift against the wall going up, pretty good speed, much faster than a roller coaster. And as you clear into the next floor, you're going to turn into what appears to be one of the same tubes that was used between the Creation Forge and this place to cause a certain unscheduled renovation. The lift keeps going up and up and up, but you are completely ensconced in like a tube. A couple of minutes go by, and eventually you come through a floor, and this time there is no tube. The lift comes to a rest. I totally forget how this is. Okay. Let's go ahead. Sorry. So you're going to come up into an empty room. The lift's finally going to come to a rest. There's going to be a large door. To your left, as long as you obeyed common elevator protocol and you didn't just walk in and stare at other people like some sociopath. The smell of smoke and of fire is unbelievably like intense up here.
Look at this here door that I'm standing in front of.
It's big and it's heavy. It's metal. You've seen it in most of the doors in this tower that you've encountered. The only difference is instead of being like smooth, from your perspective, it looks like something rather large, like tried to pierce through from the other side. And for the house of like engineering and crafting, everything, very small, like gaps between anything, even like the doors, unbelievably well built. This one hangs just a little bit crooked. But it looks like somebody tried to like throw like a stone through it from the other side and even caused like an indentation on the side that you're on.
Oh, damn.
Allegedly.
Yeah, all this is alleged.
Is it locked?
It is not.
Oh, that's pretty inviting.
Yeah, let's open her up.
Hey, y'all.
It's gonna take a little bit of effort. Like I said, the door's not exactly square. It's got a huge fucking dent in the bottom of it. And as you try to open it, the indentation on your side is so big that it like obstructs the normal travel of the door. So you're gonna have to kind of push it and push it. Flametongue's gonna have to kind of give it like a good shoulder. It's going to pop open. You are going to feel fresh air for the first time since you entered this building. A very significant like draft / maybe wind. An unbelievable smell of smoke and fire. Rocks and debris scattered all over the floor, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 large crates that Masawa would recognize from the bridge.
Hey.
And a quarter of the building missing, dropping straight down to the ground below. And amongst the large crates, you're going to see, what do I have these dudes as? You're going to see engineers like you saw in the Creation Forge, kind of attending to the boxes, seemingly inspecting them and kind of looking around. With all of this, we'll give everybody a real quick free action based on previous initiative. So Kai, you'll go first.
They are very spread out. That never goes well for Kai with spells. I think Kai is going to hold an action of Mind Sliver.
Okay.
For the trigger being
shit popping off.
Yeah. Because where they're so spread out, and I'm sure there's going to be summoned constructs. Like, I don't want to use any spell slots right now. So,
okay,
I'll just prep Mind Sliver for the first hostile enemy that comes into initiative order.
Okay. Anybody who answers, I wish you would, is getting the Mind Sliver. Got it.
Yes.
All right. Masawa, you see a big room. Used to be bigger, for sure. Maybe you have something to do with that, and maybe you don't. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a dungeon master. But a big portion of the building's missing, bro. You know anything about that?
I might. It might just be my finest hour.
You know a little something. Real quick free action after you kind of survey the room. The engineers are, like I said, it's windy as hell up here. You are 20 floors off the ground. And so they're not going to catch you for like a quick thing.
I'm going to take my sword and just kind of make a little maneuver in the air and a little grave lord. Bing, boom. And I am now blade warded and ready for battle.
Okay. Flametongue? Feeling pretty good? Self-care before the elevator?
I'm gonna, give myself some more self-care because I want to do that. I'm gonna cure wounds at a 2nd level spell slot. Oh, almost max. So 12 HP back. now I'm feeling a little bit more zesty.
Okay. With everybody having prepared, like I said, a room full of these mysterious wink wink crates, as well as these engineers on the 20th floor, where, as we mentioned previously, in an unrelated to any session of D&D we played before, a big part of this building is missing. Right? And
I wonder about that.
with everybody all set up and prepared to storm the room, I think we're going to end it here for tonight. We did go a little longer to make up for our time that we were short today for a late start. This, I don't want combat to get really bogged down and turn into like an hour. So, all right, our party has infiltrated House Cannith. They have seen what could be potentially their handiwork. I don't know. I wasn't there. And yeah, they learned a little bit something before entering the building about who might be on the outside. All right. So that's good. Like I said, that's going to be, we're going to call our session to an end right there. You watched these three guys who I'm so thankful to know and get to do this with every Tuesday. Play these characters in such a fun yet believably serious way for attempting to stop a royal assassination, maybe? I don't know. Behind the characters, they're even better people. We give them a little chance to say something about themselves on the way out the door. All right, let's start with the Proud Papa. I know you can't stop, like, grinning. If you did do this, Tenta, how do you feel about it? If it was you, like I said, there's no incriminating. This is a hypothetical O.J. Simpson. If I did murder my ex-wife, this is how I would have done it, kind of a thing. If I did blow up part of a dragon-marked house, I would feel...
I would feel quite good, because they're the ones effing around and finding out about making new Warforged, and I succeeded in exactly what I set out to do, to ruinate a supply of potentially exploding Warforged. But so I'm feeling pretty good about that, and I definitely can't wait to throw someone off of that cliff.
All right, fair.
Off of that edge now.
Fair. You haven't thrown anybody off of a high structure in this campaign yet. Last one was your brother off of a mountain. Pretty dope.
Yeah.
This one's just going to be like an engineer off of a building. I don't know. Kind of as cool, but I don't know. We'll see.
20 floors. I mean, that's going to really smack up the ground.
Yeah, that's true. You almost saw it. That exact thing, actually.
I know exactly what it's like.
In a different circumstance. All right, awesome. And tell us about our friend Tenta.
I'm Tenta. I'm 39 and married. Got 2 cats. And I love MMA and pro wrestling and metal music, and am grateful to be amongst my friends playing awesome D&D.
Awesome. Glad to have you, buddy. Let us slide over to our practitioner of self-care. They're at the door to get smashed down by angry little shield-wielding robots. Flametongue, same question as Masawa there. If by chance, hypothetically, this significant portion of this unscheduled renovation is your doing, how, in a non-incriminating way, would Flametongue feel? And then tell us about our friend Nick.
Well, you have to, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. And, we didn't really know what was going to happen, but this was probably like the best outcome that could have happened from what we may have wanted to happen. We just kind of need to investigate some of these bits and pieces to see if there's any Warforged chunks in here. But Flametongue's pumped. I'm almost at full health, so that's good. The meat shield can take some bigger hits, hopefully not a crit. I am Nick. I'm a chef. I live in Sacramento. I have a dog and 2 cats and a great wife. And yeah, I'm thankful to get to play every week, and it's been great. Had a long run here. Nobody's had to call out or anything. It's been rad.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, buddy. Glad to be here. And last and not least, one is earlier before we started, you said you had a cool thing that you wanted Kai to do. Was the spell book it?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the biggest thing that Kai, quote unquote, learned since, our last sort of adventure. So there are some powerful ways to utilize it. Probably the best ways will come later, because it's really useful if you can send it into a room and then fireball the room.
Or
course,
any spell. I just keep coming back to fireball.
well, some spells are just better.
I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe you want to use that thing to cast True Strike. I don't know. Why you limited? Why you going in that fireball pigeonhole? Maybe it wants to cast True Strike.
True Strike, True Strike is great. It's a whole action. You get to have advantage on your next action. There's no better spell. But at this point,
zero. You all are sleeping on True Strike.
I feel like it's too strong to use in a normal campaign. So
Thanks, man.
I gotta
Thanks,
use
buddy.
fireball because it's balance.
Thanks. I appreciate you not wrecking this campaign at any point in the last 2 years for True Strike.
I gotta keep things balanced. I can't use a great weapon, Master, Lucky, or True Strike.
Yeah.
True Strike's the worst of all.
It's a smart man's spell. Awesome. And then tell us about our boy Landon.
I'm Landon Baker. I'm a software developer, married, have 2 Saint Bernards. I'm a big fan of fantasy games. So D&D is the first tabletop game I played. The second was Forbidden Lands, which was, from what I've heard from a lot of people, is very similar to Shadowrun. And then just recently started learning the role set for Pathfinder 2, which is seems to be really fun. So I'm always enjoying learning new games and playing video games. So that's usually what you can find me doing. If it's not playing fantasy games or TTRPGs, it's video games. But that's about it for me.
Awesome. So that has been our amazing cast. This has been an absolute banger of an episode. Join us tomorrow night, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, here on Twitch, twitch.tv/GrowedUpGeek for our high-level limited campaign, Dynasty of Dragons. Nothing else, blah, blah, blah. And then if not, check us right back here Tuesday for the next episode, potentially the season finale. But we're that close to the season finale. We might cut it short next week to have a full, bigger amount of time for the actual finale. So we'll look into that next week. And then, like I said, September 9th here on the channel, 10 p.m. Eastern time, it's Friday night. Check out our debut premiere episode of Legacy of Blood, a Drow family tale. It's our newest campaign. We are super excited for it. I can't wait to bring it to you. I hope you all want to check it out and watch it. That's going to be it for us tonight. To my amazing players, thank you so much for being awesome. To Nervous Virgo, thank you for the sub. To our amazing friend, Jess the Human, thank you for the big raid. We appreciate it. I can't wait to get back together and do something with you. That's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you again. Always remember, I love Dungeons & Dragons and the people who play it. And we will see you again real soon. Have a good night and bye.